Tariffs have existed in one form or another for centuries. There are advantages and disadvantages that come from them. The advantages tend to be they produce revenue, open negotiations on trade deals, and protect national interests. The disadvantages are that they build tension between governments and can lead to trade wars. Domestic industries and consumers tend to feel the effects of both advantages and disadvantages. Tariffs are not always negative, despite what you might see on the news or read online. Most notably, trading partners implement them to influence each other and get the best deal for their country. More times than not, they are a means to open up more fair trade negotiations and help stabilize a country's market. They can also make some companies and corporations want to relocate to or from countries that have certain tariffs imposed. There are a significant number of American businesses making product overseas, then selling it back to the US. These businesses can take advantage of cheaper material and even cheaper labor elsewhere, then mark it up for the American consumer. If those companies relocate back to the States to stave off those tariffs, it produces more jobs and revenue locally. If implemented on the right goods, they tend to also become a self-sustainable revenue of the country. This could cause the consumer to pay more, but it can also create a more predictable market where the revenue mostly circulates in the country. Historically, the United States implemented high tariffs for decades until income taxes became a more important revenue in the 1930s. Tariffs also saw a decline in later years as the U.S. needed to emphasize on trade expansion globally. While the Constitution grants Congress sole power to regulate commerce with foreign nations and states. Since the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930 helped worsen the Great Depression, Congress has delegated much of that power to the executive branch. The U.S. has imposed over 30 tariff acts since its inception, with 23 of them being before the Smoot-Hawley Act. In reality, a country's revenue needs some form of taxation to survive, whether it is domestically and/or internationally. While subjectively, the who, what, when, where, and why will stir up commotion in people affected directly or indirectly. Objectively, they have been a necessity for most nations' economic survival at some point. Trade scales fluctuate over time, and tariffs play a big part in tipping the scales to help balance economies out.